Hi there. Good. Brent Deckard, head coach for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Coach, it was not a pretty sight once again tonight. Too much. Hey, Coach Terry Becker joining us on our pregame, and Brent Deckard, head coach for the Brandon Valley Lynx. Brent Deckard, head coach for the Brandon.
Damn nice. We should play this game outside.
Really? Really? Did you play last night? Thursday night.
Oh,
But 30 yards.
out there.
Where goes our place? We were giving the ball away late in the time last three games. We've been blown out over here in the Yankee, I can see why. But what? We're no worse than they are.
No, no, no. Yeah, inside. Here on actually, it stunk. Okay.
like quarter scores
Yeah.
or whatever.
I might ask you at halftime or something.
Okay, alrighty. Anybody up there? Okay. Okay, thanks. Okay. All right, thanks. And I'm on TeamSpeak.
Hello, Rod.
Hello there. Uh, 4:23, so we'll go in 7 minutes.
Okay. Don't know how this is going to go, but we'll sure make it work because I got to be down in KMLO at 5 o'clock.
Oh. Well, hopefully Brady's just running late or something. I don't know. Was Chuck there?
Yeah, Chuck's down in the KGFX studio.
Well, was somebody trying to get a hold of her? Because I tried to call Brady and his phone was only taking voicemail. It was full and it said, so, I don't know.
Yeah, it's just been crazy since last night with that whole game and KGFX and KMLO and the computer crashing. And then today I've been here since 9 o'clock. It's just been hectic.
Yeah. Well, I tell you what, if worse comes to worse, if you have to go do KMLO and Brady or can't be found or whatever, just let me know and I'll just keep it through the commercial breaks.
Yeah, then I'll just have to run up here and whenever we get to the post game, I'll just run up here.
Yeah. And if Brady does come and I'm on, just tell him to let me know when we take a break that he's there, so then I'll know.
Will do.
We're going 5 minutes. Three minutes.
Good, how are you?
2 minutes. One minute.
Okay, I'm all set to go whenever we are.
Okay. We're about a half minute away. We can go.
The following is a presentation of Dakota Radio Group Sports and DRGnews.com.
River 92.7 is proud to present coverage of Pierre Governor Sports. To hear this broadcast online, log on to DRGnews.com. Now, with the pregame, here's the voice of the Pierre Governors, Rod Fisher.
Well, the Pierre Governors are back on the road tonight in Brandon, taking on Brandon Valley on River 92.7. And Governor Basketball is brought to you by Bank West, by Pitts Corporation, Fisher Rounds and Associates, and Lynn's Dakota Mart, by First Dakota National Bank, May Adam, Ramkota Hotel, Montana Dakota Utilities, Arby's, and Wagner Auto. Governor Basketball is brought to you by Edgewood Senior Living, Oahe Federal Credit Union, and TMA, by Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota, Overhead Door, Dairy Queen, Avera Medical Group, and Beck Motors. And Governor Basketball is brought to you in part by Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC. Plus, these special end-game sponsors bring you Governor Basketball, Hotsupa State Farm Insurance, Smith Plumbing, the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety, Olson Plumbing, Envirotech, the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection, Comtech, Coca-Cola Bottling, McDonald's, Hermanson Endonautica, Cowboy Country Stores, and Gales Gas Service. Well, a very good afternoon, late afternoon, everybody, from Brandon, South Dakota. It's the only matchup of the season between the Pierre Governors and the Brandon Valley Lynx. Jalen Boehm got us on the air, and I'm Rod Fisher. Glad you could join us for Governor Basketball as the Governors take on a Brandon Valley team that is coming off a 13-point win last night over Brookings and is 10-3 on the year, while the Governors are coming off that 30-point setback to Sioux Falls, Washington on Thursday, and they are 4-8 on the season. This is the pregame show, and the pregame show is being brought to you by Hotsupa State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Let's listen to this from your friends at Hotsupa State Farm Insurance, and then it's on with the pregame.
When a coach understands a player's strengths, developing a winning strategy is easy. That's also true with the team at Hotsupa State Farm Insurance. They know your insurance and financial situation isn't exactly like anyone else's, but like a great coach, they help you create a strategy to meet your individual needs. See your local team at Hotsupa State Farm Insurance, 1315 East Wells and Pierre, or call 224-4173.
And coming up tonight on our Hotsupa State Farm Insurance pregame show, we'll have our regular features. We'll have the conversation with our coaches. That'll be a little bit later on. We'll have go around the league and fill you in on games being played today in high school basketball in the mid-school ranks and in central South Dakota. We've got the lineups and more. That's all coming up in the Hotsupa State Farm Insurance pregame show. As we mentioned, this is the only meeting the Governors and Brandon Valley will have this year, as the schedules have worked out where Pierre plays every Class AA team this year, and then only 3 teams do they play twice, and that is Brookings, Mitchell, and Huron. And, of course, the Huron Tigers are on the schedule for Tuesday night in Huron. So the Governors need to take advantage of a situation where they play better on the road really this year than what they have at home, if witnessed by the last 3 games at home, although all 4 of the Governor victories have come on the home court. But Pierre's got to get their turnover problems settled down very, very soon. We're in the Smith Plumbing broadcast booth location here at Brandon Valley Gym for our game tonight, and the broadcast booth location is brought to you by Smith Plumbing of Pierre. Let's listen to this from your friends at Smith Plumbing.
Smith Plumbing is here for you and your family. You deserve better quality and customer service for your plumbing needs. So call us, 224-4770. Our family has been plumbing this area since 1961, so our name has been shared with the experienced and trusted plumbing for nearly 60 years. Today, we're in our 3rd generation, so we'll be here to take care of you now and in the future. Smith Plumbing is a name you know and trust for your plumbing needs, so call us today at 224-4770, and we'll take care of you.
Thanks so much, Chris, and all the folks at Smith Plumbing for being our broadcast booth sponsor once again for tonight's game and every game that we bring you Pierre Governor and Lady Governor Sports on River 92.7. The Governors, as we mentioned, 4-8 on the year. They've dropped their last 3, and they've been beaten by 20 21, and 30, and they need to get things rectified and do so soon. And our sophomore game going on right now with just over 2 minutes left to go. Brandon Valley is leading the Pierre Governors 56-39. And in the junior varsity game, which was played earlier, the Brandon Valley JVs defeated the Pierre JVs. Pretty good ball game. 54-46 was the final. Brandon Valley wins by 8. So Brandon Valley's won the previous 2 preliminary games, and the Governors are hoping to win the main event tonight, the varsity contest, which will be tipping off in about 25 minutes or so. Let's take our first 2-minute break on the Potsdam State Farm Insurance pregame show. We'll come back and go around the league when we do come back. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
If your checking account earns little or no interest and charges you ATM fees galore, isn't it time for a new checking account? At Bank West, E-Plus checking customers earn a great interest rate and never pay ATM fees. Can your current checking account do that? Switching to E-Plus is easy. Visit us online at bankwest-sd.bank or work with a friendly staff at one of our convenient locations. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
BS is coming. The new, bigger, and better 4-day Blizzard sale is coming to Wagner Auto and Pierre. Wednesday, February 20th through the 23rd. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the greatest buying event in history. Wagner Auto will sell vehicles for less than you ever thought possible. The all-new 4-day Blizzard sale. 4 big days to save. South Dakota's oldest auto dealer, Wagner Auto Company in Pierre. Check it out all online at wagnerauto.com.
Welcome back to Global Perspectives. Our guest is, how do you say it again?
Pierre the Meatcraft.
And are you enjoying your visit to America?
Oh, oui. Yesterday I saw a thing of beauty.
A lovely lady.
Sacre bleu. This was no lady. This was a French dip at your Arby's restaurant.
Delicious Arby's roast beef and Swiss on a sub roll with hot au jus for dipping.
And now you can get 2 for 6 francs.
We use dollars here.
Vive la différence.
Arby's, we have the means.
Hey, new guy. Shovel, right?
Yeah, right. And I'm not exactly new. I've seen some action.
Yeah, what's your story?
Hey, my last gig, I nearly got electrocuted, almost drowned. That guy never called 811 to see if it was safe to dig.
Our guy calls every time he digs.
It's quick and easy. Any tool can do it. Calling 811 gets your underground utility lines marked for free.
Hey, safe digging is no accident. Always call 811 before you dig.
This message brought to you by Montana Dakota Utilities, in the community to serve.
Well, the sophomore game is wrapped up, and Brandon Valley has defeated the Pierre sophomores 61-39. Taking a look at the Sodak 16 standings going into today's games. In the boys, Sioux Falls Lincoln sitting at number 1, Yankton number 2, Brandon Valley 3rd, Sioux Falls Roosevelt 4th, Sioux Falls O'Gorman 5th, Harrisburg 6th, Rapid City Stevens 7, and Huron 8. And then it's Watertown at 9, Sturgis at number 10, Rapid City Central number 11, Sioux Falls, Washington number 12, number 13, Brookings, number 14, Pierre, number 15, Aberdeen Central, and number 16, Spearfish. Mitchell and Douglas are on the outside looking in. In girls basketball, Sioux Falls O'Gorman is number 1 with Harrisburg at number 2. Then comes Brandon Valley, Brookings, Rapid City Stevens, Sioux Falls Lincoln, Sioux Falls, Washington, and Sturgis to round out the top 8. Then it's Mitchell, Rapid City Central, Yankton, Douglas, Huron, Aberdeen Central, Watertown, and Sioux Falls Roosevelt. Right now, Pierre and Spearfish are on the outside looking in. Games going on tonight in boys basketball. Sioux Falls O'Gorman and Aberdeen Central playing in Sioux Falls. Spearfish and Mitchell playing in Spearfish. Sturgis and Huron in Sturgis. Those games are afternoon games. In the girls, Huron defeated Sturgis 58-47 this afternoon. Mitchell beat Spearfish 64-40. Aberdeen Central and Sioux Falls O'Gorman are playing in Aberdeen currently. And of course, Pierre and Brandon Valley tipping off at 5 o'clock in Pierre at Riggs High Gym. And that's the way it looks around the league tonight as the Governors are on the court, as is Brandon Valley for the pregame. And we're back in 2 minutes with our conversation with our coaches, the keys to success. It's next. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
If you receive some bling for Christmas and are planning a wedding, let the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center in Pierre make all of your dreams come true. From the shower to the rehearsal dinner to the reception, let the Ramkota add their special touch. From intimate receptions of 25 in the Ramkota's unique courtyard to a grand event for 500 in their River Center ballroom, the Ramkota can do it all. Plus, your guests can stay at the Ramkota. Call today as dates are filling fast. The Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center in Pierre, 224-6877.
My name is Tara Fisher, and I'm an attorney at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre. I grew up on a ranch in Montana, which taught me the value of hard work and perseverance. I put forward those values for my clients each and every day. Whether you have questions about family law, you want an estate plan, you need legal advice for a business transaction, or you need help in a criminal matter, I'm here. The May Adam Law Firm has served South Dakotans statewide since 1881. Call us at 224-8803 or visit our website, mayadam.net.
Some banks proudly offer mortgage approvals in less than 8 minutes. 8 minutes for one of the largest purchases of your life. Doesn't leave much time for questions, does it? Think about it. Who really benefits from a speedy mortgage process? You or the lender? At First Dakota, we can't promise you an 8-minute mortgage, but we will promise you a thoughtful and transparent home buying experience. Home loans from First Dakota National Bank. Take all the time you need. Visit firstdakota.com. First Dakota is an equal opportunity lender.
Have you seen all the changes at Lynn's Dakota Mart and Pierre? Yeah, they've done a lot. The entire store is remodeled. Every department, from grocery to sporting goods, is fresh and updated and stocked with the best quality at great value. They even have the Caribou Coffee Station. This week, they're featuring fresh Dole bananas, just 49 cents a pound. Lynn's Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Welcome back to the Pottsville State Farm Insurance pregame show, and you can watch this game on the Dakota Radio Group's YouTube channel. It's up and running as well. So there are several ways you can catch this Governor and Brandon Valley game today here in Brandon. It's time for our Keys to Success in the conversation with our coaches, and it's being brought to you by Olson Plumbing of Pierre. Brent Deckard, head coach for the Brandon Valley Lynx, joining us on our pregame. And Coach, off to, or you're having a nice season. You've only got 3 setbacks, but you're still looking for some more consistency. As you told me, we're a high school basketball team. We make some mistakes every once in a while.
Yeah, yes, and again, I mean, that's really, we've had a good stretch. We've had a good run. We started off the season with a loss, missed 17 free throws, and that was kind of our Achilles heel basically all the way up into Christmas. Since then we've been able to obviously get back to the foul line, play from the inside out, but we got a group of guys that have really done a better job in years past in some of our other teams as far as just defending. We're so much more verbal. We play so much together on the defensive side of the court that is, in my mind, that's been the difference for us. We've rebounded the ball extremely well, but I just think we are verbally so much far better than what we were last year. And I just think that having one more year with a group of guys that we played a lot of juniors last year, and now we have 8 seniors on this ball club. I mean, all those things just really help add to that.
And the guys that have 2-3 years of varsity experience, I mean, it's you can't replace it.
No, we never like playing sophomores, although we play a couple obviously this year. But there's nothing that beats experience, and when you've got guys that have been in games before, whether they're postseason games, February games, whatever the deal is, I mean, we want to be playing our best basketball, and nobody knows that better than our seniors. So. It's just a matter of us, sticking to what we need to do to be a better team. And for us to be a better team, we just got to keep on getting better defensively and keep on taking care of the ball. We do those 2 things, and I like our chances against a lot of teams.
Well, you're going up against a Pierre team that's had some struggles as of late.
Again, everybody's a high school team, and everyone's going to get it at some point or another. And we're not certainly immune to that. I mean, we've had some practices where there's been many times where I've watched this practice and just thought, you know what, if this would have been a game day, this would not have been a great outcome. But again, that's kind of the beauty of having a lot of upperclassmen. You can have those conversations with those guys. They get it. We don't have to yell and scream at them. We just got to make a couple points. We move on, and obviously, hopefully, the next day's better. And again, we're all allowed to have bad days, but I don't think our head coach can have a bad day. I don't think our point guard can have a bad day. Outside of that, we'll have a good practice if we get those two people on the same page. But and for the most part, we've done that this year.
Any part of Pierre kind of concern you?
Yeah, like everything, I think, and I've always thought this of Terry's teams forever. I thought that whether they have an inside presence or not, I think that you have to guard them from the inside out first. Their guys run the floor. They play extremely hard. And I don't think it matters what the score is. I think that they just keep on playing really, really hard. So there's not going to be any surprises. They're going to get after you. They're going to block out. They're going to play fundamentally sound. It's really going to come down to us. Again, I know I sound like a broken record, but we're going to have to match that intensity. We're going to have to be just that much better when it comes to what we're getting done defensively and rebounding-wise.
Coach, thanks so much. Best of luck the rest of the way.
Thanks so much.
Brent Deckard, head coach for Brandon Valley. And Terry Becker of the Governors is up after this from Olson Plumbing.
Innovative features that are uniquely Moen. Styles unlike anyone else, and dependable faucets that last a lifetime. Year after year, that's the Moen promise, and it's backed by qualities that make Moen products durable, reliable, and beautiful. With Moen, you'll always find the perfect balance between styles you'll love and innovation you can live with. Experience Moen products at the showroom at Olson Plumbing, 2803 East Wells Avenue in Pierre. Olson Plumbing, exceptional products, extraordinary service. Call 224-6436.
Hey, Coach Terry Becker joining us on our pregame. And, Coach, it's been no secret the last three games have not been very pretty things to watch if you're a Governor fan. And I think it all boils down to one word, and that's turnovers. And add a couple more words, too many.
Absolutely. We're going to work on taking care of the ball today. It's our practice sessions, and today's another practice session for us. Can we get better at taking care of the ball against pressure? We know that's in the scouting report against us, and teams are just going to keep doing it until we prove that we can break it. So we're looking forward to the opportunity to see if we got better at it today.
And it seems to be different facets. I mean, it's not catching the ball. It's maybe going too fast and not completing something before you started the next thing and that.
Yeah, when it happens in such a variety of ways as what we've seen, then I think it's a little bit more mental than anything. You start thinking about every pass you make, every catch you have, and then everything's bobbled, nothing's clean. So, I think it's kind of a deal where, we feel a little bit of apprehension just about, dribbling and passing and catching and all that kind of stuff. And when you play tentative, then you're going to have a tendency to have more of those plays. So, we just got to get over that, grow up a little bit on the court and show some maturity and some learning through it. And, I think our kids are taking it to heart. So, like I said, I'm excited to see if we can handle it better. We're gonna process through that here through the next couple weeks. I'm sure as teams are going to continue to test us on that. But, now we just got to prove that we can get better at it.
It's not going to be easy against a very good Brandon Valley ball club today.
Yeah, they've got a little bit of everything. They get good guard play, and they have good perimeter shooters. Talcott's the first guy you think about. He can really shoot it from the perimeter, so we're going to have to find him. And then they've got some great inside guys. They've got a lot of length. They've got some 6'7s, 6'8s, and then the long perimeter, inside-out type players like Althoff that can do a variety of things. So, it'll be very important for us to be solid on all facets of the game defensively because they can hurt you in a lot of ways.
Talcott seems to be the key, though, because he had 31 last night against Brookings.
Yeah, we got to find him. We can't let him continue to be hot like he was last night. And, the main thing is with guys that can shoot it and score like that, you got to make them work for all their shots. You know that they're going to find opportunities to score, so you just have to do a good job of contesting them and making them work for it.
And you know that when you've got the ball on offense, I mean, you can't give too many things up. I mean, you've got to be correct almost every time down the court.
Yeah, and again, it comes down to can we get shots on the goal every trip? not be 20-plus turnovers, so we're giving them, that many more scoring opportunities. We got to get that down into a workable margin where we're getting quality shots each possession, and we're just not handing them over easy layups because we're careless with the ball out top.
Okay, Coach, we've had all the questions. We'll see if we have any answers in our postgame, okay?
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Terry Becker, head coach for the Pierre Governors. And that's the Olson Plumbing Keys to Success in the conversation with our coaches. It's been brought to you by Olson Plumbing of Pierre. And here's a reminder from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. Avoid a kiss with death. Always plan a designated driver. A pregame message from the South Dakota Office of Highway Safety. It's time now for the starting lineups for our game tonight, and the lineups are being brought to you by the folks at Envirotech of Pierre. And here's Brandon Valley's lineup. At one guard, it'll be Carter Altoff. Altoff, a senior at 6'3". Nate Keegan is a senior at 6 foot. The third guard is Evan Talcott. Talcott, a senior at 6'3". The fourth guard on the floor to start the game will be Jackson Hilton. He's a sophomore at 6'2". And starting at center will be Alex Teachin. Teachin is a senior at 6'7". Carter Altoff, Nate Keegan, Jackson Hilton, Evan Talcott, and Alex Teachin, the starting lineups for Brandon Valley of head coach Brent Deckard. Let's listen to this from Envirotech, and then we're back with the starting lineups for your Pierre Governors.
Got trash? One call takes all. With one call to Envirotech, you have easy setup, easy pickup, easy payment. Envirotech has you covered for construction, residential, commercial, or single-stream curbside recycling. Call Envirotech today, 224-4804, or order services and pay your bill online at EnvirotechWaste.com. One call takes all. Contact Envirotech.
Well, here's the lineup for the Pierre Governors tonight. It'll be the same as it has been. Alec Miller will start at a guard, a senior at 5'8". The other guard will be Andrew Coverdale. Coverdale is a junior at 6 foot. The forwards will be Garrett Stout. Stout is a junior at 6'1". Jack Maher is the other forward. He's a senior at 6'2". And starting inside on the post will be 6'6" Gray Zabel, a junior. So it's Alec Miller, Andrew Coverdale, Garrett Stout, Jack Maher, and Gray Zabel, the starting lineups for the Pierre Governors. And that is the lineups for our game tonight, and the lineups have been brought to you by Envirotech of Pierre. It's time now to introduce our game officials, the law on the court, and that is being brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Let's listen to this, and then we're back to tell you who's working our ball game tonight.
With spring break coming soon, it's easy for the scammers to pull off the grandparent scam with either a grandchild has been in an accident or lost their wallet or they've been arrested. All of these have the same common theme. They need money now, and they usually close with, "Please don't tell mom and dad. They'll be so disappointed." It makes you believe you're the only one they can rely on. Don't fall victim by sending cash or wiring money. Call Consumer Protection at 1-800-300-1986 first and let us check this out for you. If you've been a victim in the past, we'd still like to hear from you.
And the officials assigned to work our game tonight, a crew from the Mitchell area. They are Brad Coleman, Jeremy Grady, and Jim Jocko Johnston. The officials assigned to work our ball game today. And that has been the introduction of our game officials, the law on the court. It's been brought to you by the South Dakota Attorney General's Office, Division of Consumer Protection. Be listening for the score of our game today throughout the game on the Gales Gas scoreboard. It'll come your way at least 6 times throughout the game, and it's brought to you by Gales Gas Service of Pierre. And of course, every timeout taken during our game is a Coca-Cola timeout. Time for you to take a refreshing break during the Coca-Cola timeout. This has been the pregame show, and the pregame show has been brought to you by Patsipa State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Let's pause for 2 minutes, and we'll come back as the Governors and Brandon Valley getting ready to do battle here in Brandon, and you're listening to Governor Basketball.
This Governor Sports Moment is brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre. Sydney Palmer is arguably the best girls basketball player ever to put on the Lady Gov uniform. Palmer graduated in 2015 as the career points leader with 1321, single season scoring leader with 486. Her 111 three-point baskets is a Lady Gov record, and 44 is the single season record. She's also third in career rebounding with 481. Sydney Palmer of the Pierre Lady Governor basketball team, truly one of Pierre's finest. This Governor Sports Moment has been brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre.
Hi, I am Slade Weller, and I am Pitts Corporation's local branch manager. Pitts Corporation is a commercial architecture, construction management, and construction company serving South Dakota for over 65 years. I am a local of Pierre and have over 20 years of construction experience. With architects, estimators, project managers, superintendents, and a quality group of trade professionals on staff, Pitts Corporation is ideally set up to assist you with your future building needs. Please call 223-2440 or stop by our office on Airport Road to set up your initial free consultation.
Beck Motor Company is having a community blood drive this Monday and Tuesday, February 4th and 5th. Thank you to those who have signed up, but we need more of you. There is a huge need for blood donations in the winter. Please consider giving if you can. Register for a time slot that works for you at bloodhero.com or call Beck Motors at 224-5912. Thanks for your support for this much-needed project. Beck Motor Company, Pierre.
Your cancer care should be as unique as you are. At Avera Breast Center, our team of experts create a treatment plan that will work best for your type of cancer, using the latest screening, radiation, and surgical techniques. You also have access to holistic approaches to help with side effects, and a 24/7 call center for answers to your cancer questions when you need them. Learn more at avera.org/breast or by calling 855-697-2592.
Oh, they're introducing the lineups here for our ball game today between Brandon Valley and the Pierre Governors. Brandon Valley 10-3, coming off a big win over Brookings last night, a 13-point victory. And then, of course, the Governors off a 4-8, and they're trying to end a 3-game losing skid in which they have been outplayed every stretch of the imagination, especially in the turnover game by Huron and then Yankton and then Sioux Falls, Washington. All very good teams, but you cannot tell me that Pierre cannot match up with Sioux Falls, Washington. I mean, those were pretty evenly matched teams, and Washington beat Pierre by 30 on Pierre's home court. So perhaps a little road cooking will do the trick for the Pierre Governors. Before we go any further, we want to remind you that you're listening to Governor Basketball on your official home for Pierre Governor and Lady Governor Sports, the stations of the Dakota Radio Group. River 92.7, KGFX FM Pierre. We're also on the web at drgnews.com, and you can view the game on our Dakota Radio Group YouTube page, as we have the video stream up and running as well here from Brandon Valley. They're alternating the introduction of the lineups, and Alec Miller is being introduced, and here comes number 34, Jackson Hilton, a sophomore for Brandon Valley, and the only sophomore in the starting lineup. And really, they have a couple of sophomores that do play quite a bit. Brandon Valley will go about 10 deep. The Governors will go 8 to 9 deep, depending on the situation. So we are about set to get this one underway here in Brandon Valley. The Governors and the Brandon Valley Lynx. The officials are on the court. The Governors dressed in their traveling green with white numerals, black trim. Brandon Valley is dressed in their home white with red numerals and black trim. The Governors will be moving from right to left as you face your radio dial, and Brent Deckert still has his team on the bench getting some final instructions in. As Brandon Valley in the Sodak 16 seeding sitting in the number 3 spot. So actually, if the season were to end today and Pierre stays in the number 14 spot, Pierre would come back here to Brandon in a month to play the playoff game. So it'll be Gray Zabel going for the Governors, Carter Althoff jumping center. It's brought to you by Comtech of Pierre, the opening tip-off. And the Governors get the break and get the basketball. So they have the first possession of the game. Alec Miller over to the right side to Coverdale. Coverdale up on top to Stout. Stout on the left wing to Miller. Miller gets the ball into Zabel, out to Maher. Right wing to Coverdale. Coverdale back to Stout midcourt, into Zabel in the paint. Zabel will take it to the hoop and put it home. Gray Zabel, a strong move to the basket, puts it up and in, and the Governors have the first lead of the game at 2-0, and that's something that the Governors have not experienced in recent ball games is the early lead. Up on top with the basketball now is Talcott. He had 31 points last night in the win at Brookings. Although Coach Brent Decker told me they just kind of let him stand out there and shoot. There was a drive, and that was put up by Nate Keegan. Governors rebound and turn it over. And then it's Jackson Hilton going in for the bucket. So the Governors get the rebound, but then turn it over as Brandon Valley putting on full court pressure. And the Governors will turn it over again with a violation on the lane. So back-to-back turnovers for Pierre. And here we go again. There's the inbounds pass. Althoff drives inside, misses the easy shot, and the rebound is pulled down by Gray Zabel. So here's Alec Miller with the basketball at the center circle on the right wing to Stout. Stout gets the ball to Zabel. Zabel on the wing. 2-2 tie, Lynx and the Governors. 6:37 left to go first quarter. Coverdale, top of the key. Stops his dribble, gets the ball to Zabel. Zabel on the wing, nice head fake. He'll drive to the hoop, he'll put the shot up, he'll drop it in. Gray Zabel with the drive to the basket, and the Governors have a 4-2 lead. Across the timeline is Talcott on the right wing, being guarded by Stout. Talcott in the corner, gets the ball back out to Althoff on the wing, back to Talcott. Talcott getting the ball in the corner to Althoff. He'll drive the baseline, dishes the ball out, and a couple of Governors got a hand on it, and finally it's pulled down. A turnover for Brandon Valley, and the Governors with the possession. Midcourt, Coverdale. Coverdale on the wing, and he loses the basketball. Turnover Pierre, and it's Brandon Valley. Good defense that time by the Brandon Valley Lynx, forcing that turnover as Coverdale ran out of room. Over on the right wing now is the sophomore Hilton for the Lynx. He'll get the ball into Talcott, who has an open 13-footer in the lane for an easy two. And it's a 4-4 Lynx and Governor tie with 5:28 to go in the first quarter. Over on the right wing now, Maher. Maher gets the ball to Zabel. Zabel back out on top to Coverdale. Coverdale over to Stout. His pass knocked down, and running out of room was Talcott to get the basketball, so it will still belong to Pierre. Talcott kind of hesitated just for a moment, and that allowed the ball to get to the sideline before Talcott could get there. So it will be Stout inbounding on the baseline in the corner, gets the ball out to Coverdale, out to Miller. Miller midcourt. Miller with the basketball, stops, gets the ball to Zabel. Zabel over to the right wing now to Maher. Maher looking up on top to Stout. Stout with 4-3 on the shot clock. Zabel will go outside and miss a three, and he had to put that up because the shot clock was expiring. Rebound pulled down by Brandon Valley's Jackson Hilton. Now Hilton has it in the corner, and he'll drain a three. So Jackson Hilton has 5 points, and Brandon Valley has a 7-4 lead. Miller back out to Coverdale in midcourt. Over to Stout. Stout to Zabel. Zabel, right key, now back over to Stout, back up to Miller. Miller into Zabel. Zabel into the lane. He'll put a 10-footer up, and that was partially deflected. And the rebound pulled down by Brandon Valley. And on the break and getting too far underneath was on that reception was Talcott. And he just kind of had to throw it up, and he throws it up over the backboard. And the ball goes out of bounds, so it'll belong to Pierre. 4:13 left to go in the first quarter. Governors trailing 7-4. Miller behind the back dribble, crossing the timeline, gets it to Chase Satgast, who's in the ball game for the first time. Here is Zabel, and he'll put a jumper up on the right side, and he got fouled. And Zabel will get free throws, and that foul is going to be called on Gavin Terhark. So Terhark into the ball game for the Lynx, and Terhark, a 6'8 junior, and the foul was on the floor, not in the shot. So there's a pass trying to get into Maher. Stout got in and grabbed it, and then Stout gets rejected, and Brandon Valley gets the basketball. They're pushing it up the court. Althoff creates a little contact and got a foul called, and Althoff will go to the line to shoot a couple. So the Governors got back on defense, but the foul on Maher, his first. And the free throw is good for Carter Althoff, and it's 8-4 now. The Lynx on a 6-0 run. 3:46 left to go here in the first quarter. Second charity toss for Althoff is good. 9-4, Brandon Valley with a 5-point lead. Full court pressure and inbounding to Sadgas. Sadgas, and the pass is tipped, but it's right to Bennett Dean, and then he travels. Governor's going too fast. And Dean trying to deliver a pass over to the right side, drug that pivot foot before he got rid of the ball because one of the Brandon Valley defenders was getting back in, and Dean wanted to make sure he got it to the right guy. Instead, he didn't because he got called for traveling, and here's Hilton on the right side, Turhoff. Hilton on the wing, left wide open, and he'll miss a three, and the rebound pulled down by Gray Zabel. So the Governors still down by 5 at 9-4. Right wing, Satgas. Satgas dribbles to his left, gets the ball over to Maher. Maher out on the wing, gets the ball into Zabel. Zabel around his defender, and he'll drive and put it in. Zabel with a nice move to his left. All 6 of the Governor points belong to Gray Zabel. It's 9-6. Here's Hilton penetrating into the corner. A three, that's too strong, no good. But a backside rebound, and out to Talcott, and he'll miss a three. And the Governors have the rebound. Pierre with the basketball. Now they're trying to run. Stout to Maher, off baseline. Maher looking, and he'll go into the lane, and he'll push off and get a basket, and that drew the ire of the fans. Talcott was trying not to give up any ground, and Maher just powered his way in and scores. And now it's a 1-point ball game at 9-8. Hilton out on the wing. Bounce pass to Talcott inside, a nice move there, and Talcott has his 4th point of the ball game. Down on the right block. So it's 11-8. Dean across the timeline. Gets the ball to Sadgas. Sadgas to the free throw line. Back over to the left side to Dean. Dean back up on top to Maher. Maher trying to get the ball down to Zabel, and there's going to be a foul on Turhoff. And Turhark rather, will pick up his 2nd personal foul. So Turhark will pick up his 2nd personal and come out of the ball game. Talcott also out of the ball game. Althoff is back in. Stout will inbound baseline right side of the key. Here's a three for Coverdale, and he puts it home. And the Governors have regained back to within 1 rather at 11-10. Midcourt with the basketball, Jack Colbeck. Over to the right wing, they get the ball down low, trying to make a move. Back on the left side, Colbeck for a three. That won't go, and the rebound pulled down by Maher. So Pierre with a chance to take the lead with 1:30 left to go, and then Maher gets called for a walk, and it's turnover number 5 for Pierre. And you can tell that these turnovers are frustrating the Governors as they commit them on the floor. And really, that was a play where Maher was trying to make a move and make something happen. So the Lynx get the ball back, and on the right wing is Cole Siegfried. Siegfried out on top to Olthoff, over to Hicks, and he'll miss the shot. Rebound tipped up in the air and missed, and then the Governors will get the basketball. So Brandon Valley with some size on the court now, getting an offensive rebound but not getting the putback in. And the Governors still down by 1 at 11-10. Over on the right wing now. They get the ball up on top to Coverdale. Coverdale looking, getting the ball over to the right wing. Midcourt is Dean. Uses his dribble up, now to Coverdale. 50 seconds left to go first quarter. 11-10, Brandon Valley by 1. Sadgas, Coverdale, and he throws it away. Trying to go inside for Zabel, and he threw it right to Althoff. Althoff, right wing now. Back it comes, out to Talcott, who's back into the game, and he misses a three. Rebound, though, put back up, and that's no good. Althoff gets the third try, and he'll put it in. Althoff with his first field goal of the ball game. And it's 13-10, Brandon Valley, with 16 seconds left to go in this first quarter. Coverdale almost mishandles it, gets the ball back. Now in a double team. Now he'll find Dean, and a Brandon Valley player hustling in there. Siegfried got a hand on it, knocked it out of bounds. So 6.5 seconds left to go. And Dean did not come back and meet the basketball. That's something that when you're a sophomore in high school, you should be able to do just automatically. Here's Coverdale getting the ball into Miller at midcourt with 4 seconds left. Nice back behind dribble. And then Miller launches a three and misses everything. But the first quarter has come to an end, and it's a 3-point lead for the Brandon Valley Lynx. And on the Gales Gas scoreboard at the end of one, it's Brandon Valley 13 and the Governors 10. And we're back with the second quarter in 1 minute. This is Governor basketball.
Hey, DQ fans, looking for a meal deal that's as yummy to your wallet as it is to your tummy? The DQ Chicken Strip Basket is loaded with 4 strips of 100% all-white meat chicken tenderloin, crispy fries, Texas toast, and peppery country gravy for just $4.99. Sure, all those things are good on their own, but you put them together and you've got yourself a hunger-crushing basket full of DQ magic. Satisfy your craving for all this goodness with a DQ Chicken Strip Basket, just $4.99 only at your DQ.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The garage doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Pierre Sports Marketing bringing you this Governor basketball game. Pierre Sports marketers include Guadalajara Mexican Restaurant, Iceberg Funeral Home, James River Broadcasting, Dakota Radio Group, Maher Law Office, Midco, Oldinger Law Firm, Overhead Door as Brandon Valley, a drive by Carter Altoff in for the basket. Also, it's Saywat Design, Stolken Peterson, Lingle, Walti and Jones LLP, Wegner Auto, Wells Fargo, WR Restaurants, Red Rosa, and Midwest Construction. Garrett Stout penetrates, drives, ditches the ball off, and Bennett Dean will miss a jumper, but the rebound knocked off of Gray Zabel out of bounds, so it will still belong to the Governors. 15-10, Brandon Valley with a 5-point lead. Gray Zabel inbounding, baseline right side of the key. And we'll try to get the ball to Dean, but instead it's intercepted by Altoff. And on the fast break, they get it down the court. And there's Cole Siegfried running with the bucket. And it's 17-10, Brandon Valley off of another Governor turnover. Dean on the left wing in the corner to Miller. Miller with the basketball. Miller left elbow. Miller right elbow now. Back over to Stout on the right side. Stout looking inside for Zabel. Zabel gets the basketball now. Zabel looking and back to Stout. Stout, he'll put up a 15-foot jumper. That won't go. And the rebound pulled down by Siegfried. Brandon Valley quickly up the court. Hilton on the right baseline on the drive and trying to feed a pass across the lane. That's knocked out of bounds by Zabel. Grant Judson, a senior, into the ball game for the Governors, and Bennett Dean will come out. So Judson in the ball game. 6:43 to go here in the second quarter, 17-10. Lynx by 7. Over to Hilton up on top now. They get the ball to Keegan. Keegan on the left wing, a jumper by Altoff, short. And the rebound is pulled down by Chase Satgast. Here quickly. Here's Judson. Here's Stout for a three. No good. And then Judson came in. Looked like he had the rebound, but it went right through his hands. And Brandon Valley picks it up, and they are on from the races. And Carter Altoff with the basket. And a timeout taken by the Pierre Governors. It's our first Coca-Cola timeout with 6:16 left to go in the first half and a 19-10 Brandon Valley lead. We're back in 30. This is Governor basketball.
Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is going to match the tax. For the month of February, Gateway is going to match your tax return down payment up to $2,000 on your next purchase. You put $500 down, match. You put $1,000 down, match. You put $2,000 down, match. Do you want to see how low your payment can go? Get in today to Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayflt.com. Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota, where nobody, and I mean nobody, beats a Gateway deal. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Well, Brandon Valley on an 8-0 run and a 19-10 lead over the Governors. Terry Becker not liking what's going on, so he calls his first timeout. And here is Alec Miller across the timeline and trying to avoid that double team. Gets the ball to Stout at midcourt. Stout with the basketball. Back it goes to Miller. Miller stops his dribble. Now it goes to Zabel, top of the circle. Zabel over to Stout on the right wing. Back up to Zabel. Zabel back to Miller. Miller over to Stout on the right wing. Talcott guarding Stout. Stout gets the ball into Judson, and then Judson throws the ball away into the hands of Nate Keegan. Another Governor turnover. I think Judson had gone and got a shot off. It had a chance of going in, but instead he turns it down, tries to get it out outside, and it was intercepted by a Brandon Valley player. There's a shot missed by Brandon Valley and a rebound by Gray Zabel. And the Governors with the basketball, and there's another bad pass intercepted by Althoff. Althoff will drive and lay it up and in. Turnover number 8 on the Governors. 21-10 Brandon Valley, or 19-12 is what they've got up on the board. I think they put points on the wrong side. I think it's 21-10. Yep, no, it is 21-10. Here's Judson getting the ball to Miller. Back out it comes to Zabel. Zabel in a double team. Back out to Miller. Miller head fake. Back out onto Satgast. Satgast in the circle. 18-footer will not drop. Boy, that was a tough break for Chase Satgast. Good looking shot. Here's Hilton going all the way to the other end of the court. Gets it over to Siegfried, and Siegfried misses an easy one. Governors get a break, and they get the rebound. They need to put the ball on the hoop, though. It's been a while since they put points on the board. Brandon Valley is on a 10-0 run right now. On the left wing is Miller. Down to Stout. He catches it, and he'll put the ball up short off the glass. And the rebound pulled down by Brandon Valley. Althoff across the timeline. On the left wing to Hilton. Hilton looking, and he'll get a bounce pass down low to Talcott, who got double teamed, and the ball swatted out of bounds. It'll still belong to Brandon Valley. Andrew Coverdale coming back in, Jock Maher coming in, Grant Judson going out, Alec Miller going out for the Governors. Substitutions for Brandon Valley as well. And back into the ball game is Gavin Terhark. And also into the ball game is Ethan Rasmussen. There's the inbounds pass. Oh, it's stolen by Maher, or Zabel rather. Zabel, he'll go up and he'll miss the shot. He had a layup and he puts it up short, and Brandon Valley gets the rebound, goes to the other end. Back up on top now, Rasmussen over to the left wing. Over to the right side to Hilton in the corner. There's a three, and that one's no good. And the rebound is pulled down by Satgast. Governors are fortunate Brandon Valley is struggling somewhat from long range in the field. 21-10, Brandon Valley by 11. Maher getting the ball to Stout. Down to Zabel. Zabel, and he'll be called for an offensive charge. That time Terhark stood his ground, and Zabel picks up the foul. And that is number 1 on Gray Zabel, and just the second personal on Pierre. And the second team foul on Pierre with 3:26 left to go in the first half. Rasmussen dribbles on the left wing, stops on the baseline, gets the ball back out to Terhark. Terhark hands the ball off to Colbeck. Colbeck inside, misses the shot, but the rebound pulled down by Brandon Valley. And there's another shot inside. That's no good. So 2 cracks at it, and Brandon Valley misses them both. The Governors get the rebound. On the right wing, Paul Adam is in the game for the Governors to Zabel. Zabel into Maher. Maher into the lane, double teamed, and 3-second violation on Maher. Parked himself in the lane too long, and the Governors have 10 turnovers. Brandon Valley has 1. 2:51 left to go here in the first half. Inbounding will be Kolbeck, and he'll get the ball to Rasmussen. Rasmussen dribbles it across the timeline. Rasmussen at midcourt at the center circle, being guarded by Stout. And Stout gets knocked down as he ran into a pick. Nothing was called. There's a 16-footer. That misses from the left side for Brandon Valley. Governors with the rebound. And here's Stout, left side to Sadgast. 18-footer, good. Chase Sadgast with the first points of the second quarter for the Governors. With 2:19 left to go in the half, it's 21-12 Lynx. Midcourt, Governors need another defensive stop here. There's a pass inside for Terhark. Terhark right side of the key. Back it comes, and there's Nate Keegan, and that'll be an offensive charge, I believe. Or no, I think it's a charge on Keegan. And check it, that was not Keegan, that was Jackson Labrie. Jackson Labrie in the ball game for the Lynx. He makes the basket, but it's waved off on the charge. First personal on Labrie. Minute 59 left to go in the first half. 21-12, Brandon Valley by 9. Coverdale, right side, Adam. Into Maher. Maher into the paint with the move to his left, and he got Terhark to take the bait, and Terhark commits his third personal foul. So Terhark is in foul trouble with 3 for the Lynx, and Maher is at the free throw line. And it's vitally important that the Governors make their free throws when they get to the line today. And they do not on the first try. Maher will have one more coming. Checking back into the ball game, Cole Siegfried. And back into the ball game for Brandon Valley, Nate Keegan. As Labrie comes out and Terhark comes out. Here's a second charity toss for Maher, and that's off the back of the rim, no good. Missed them both, and the rebound pulled down by the Lynx. Minute 42 left to go here in the first half, 21-12, Brandon Valley by 9, and a defensive struggle, really, for both ball clubs. Neither team shooting very well from the outside. Here's Talcott, he'll drive in, he'll get the basket, and he got fouled. Talcott on the left side gets to the bucket and a chance at an old-fashioned three-point play. Fourth team foul on the Governors, and I'm not sure who that was on. It was on number 40. That's Maher. Maher's second personal. So 23-12, and Talcott will complete the three-point play. And that makes it 24-12 as Brandon Valley's doubled up here. Coverdale, Sadgast. Sadgast free throw line to Adam to Coverdale on the left wing. Coverdale to the elbow to Stout. Stout back to Coverdale midcourt. And Coverdale, and he'll be called for a walk. Turnover number 11 for Pierre. And Brandon Valley with the basketball once again. Keegan across the timeline. Midcourt hands the ball back off now to Kolbeck. Kolbeck into Talcott. Talcott left side to Althoff. Drives and scores. Althoff with the bucket on the left-hand side, and it's 26-12. Here's Coverdale on the right wing. Coverdale stops back to Adam. Now to Stout. Stout into Zabel. Zabel, nice move to the left. He'll put it up and in. First points of the second quarter for Zabel, 8 in the ball game. 30 seconds left to go in the first half, and a 26-14 Brandon Valley lead. Right wing now. Kolbeck to, there's Coverdale. He'll get the ball out of the hands of the Brandon Valley guy. He'll steal it, he'll go down, he'll miss a running 10-footer. And the rebound pulled down by Brandon Valley with 7 seconds left to go. Kolbeck with the basketball, drives around Adam, and he got Adam to commit a foul. So Adam will pick up the foul, and that will be his first. And Kolbeck will get free throws. 26-14, 26-14 yet as Kolbeck misses the first charity toss. He'll have one more coming. The second charity toss is up, and that one rims off, no good. Rebound pulled down by Satgas, long shot, no good. Didn't have a chance. And that's the end of the first half of play. And on the Gales Gas scoreboard with one half in the books, it's Brandon Valley 26, the Pierre Governors 14. We're back with the Lighton Associates Ameriprise Financial halftime show in 2 minutes. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
Experience the difference with Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center in Pierre. Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center is proud of their 5-star overall rating according to Medicare.org, the official regulatory body for nursing homes. Along with their 5-star care center, they provide short-term targeted rehabilitation services and skilled nursing care after illness or surgery. Our goal is to restore strength and confidence to get you to return to living the life you desire. Call 224-8628. Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center, your pathway to independence.
Top of the morning, TNA. This John may help you.
At TMA, top-notch service begins the moment you call for an appointment. John at TMA believes in customer service and quality work. When you need tires repaired or replaced, TMA is the place to go. Just remember, if it's round, rubber, and rolls, it's at TMA. You can count on TMA for all of your automotive needs, from tires to mufflers to all automotive repairs. Call TMA at 224-6167, and your service begins with...
Top of the morning, TNA. This John may help you.
This is Jameson from Oahe Federal Credit Union. Feeding South Dakota relies on people like you every day. People who take the time to think of those who may not know where their next meal will come from. This is why Oahe Federal Credit Union will be hosting a food drive that will benefit our local Feeding South Dakota food bank here in Pierre. Please drop off donated items at 221 East Pleasant Drive, Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Food drive will end February 28th, 2019.
Why choose Edgewood Senior Living?
We chose Edgewood. It's a beautiful facility. My parents are taken care of very well. The staff is amazing. Their apartments are clean for them. They have their laundry done. They are a liaison between the doctor's office and their physicians. Who wouldn't choose Edgewood?
Call 494-3400 for a tour and to learn more. Edgewood Senior Living. This is home.
Well, the Governors playing Brandon Valley pretty tooth and nail and fairly well. But again, 10 turnovers, 11 turnovers have haunted the Governors, and Brandon Valley has a 26-14 halftime lead. This is the Lighton Associates Ameriprise Financial halftime show, brought to you by Lighton Associates Ameriprise Financial. Let's listen to this, and then we're back with our halftime numbers.
Since 1894, Ameriprise Financial has worked for their clients' futures, helping millions of Americans retire on their terms. I'm Karen Authier, a financial advisor with Leiden & Associates, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. I remain true to the vision of always putting clients first. I'm ready to help you get where you want to be. Office is located in Northridge Plaza, Pierre, South Dakota. Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Well, let's take a look at the scoring in our ball game here in the first half for Brandon Valley. Carter Altoff leading the way with 12 points. Evan Talcott has 7. Jackson Hilton has 5, and Cole Siegfried with 2. For the Governors, they have 8 points from Gray Zabel, 3 from Andrew Coverdale, 2 from Jack Maher, and 2 from Chase Satgas. The Governors have gotten up 19 shots. They've made 7. They're 1 for 4 from three-point range, while the Lynx are 11 of 28 from the field, but just 1 of 6 from beyond the arc. Brandon Valley has been to the free throw line 5 times in the ball game, and they've made 3 of them. The Governors have been there twice and have missed both of their charity tosses. Rebounding-wise, fairly even. Brandon Valley 15. The Governors have 12. But the Governors have 11 turnovers, and Brandon Valley has just 2. It was 13-10 Brandon Valley at the end of the first quarter, but a 13-4 scoring advantage in the second quarter, as the Governors found it difficult to even get a shot off in the second quarter due to the pressure that Brandon Valley's putting on them, and it's 26-14 at the half. We're back in 2 minutes with more on the Lighton Associates Ameriprise Financial halftime show. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
At American Family Insurance, we help protect what you've achieved so you can fearlessly go after your dreams. For auto, home, business, and life, contact us today. American Family Insurance. Insure carefully, dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance, Life Mutual, Standard of Ohio, Wisconsin Company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin, 53783.
Call the Brittany Shuffle Buying Agency, LLC, with offices in Pierre, Oneida, and Gettysburg.
If your checking account earns little or no interest and charges you ATM fees galore, isn't it time for a new checking account? At Bank West, E-Plus checking customers earn a great interest rate and never pay ATM fees. Can your current checking account do that? Switching to E-Plus is easy. Visit us online at bankwest-sd.bank or work with a friendly staff at one of our convenient locations. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Hey, Rod.
Yeah.
Just wanted to let you know that Diane is going to be finishing the game here, so give her a little slack because she's never done this before.
Okay, already. I do need the audio back, though.
And Pierre, the Meatcraft. And are you enjoying your visit to America?
Oh, oui. Yesterday I saw a thing of beauty. A lovely lady. Sacre bleu. This was no lady. This was a French deep at your Arby's restaurant.
Delicious Arby's roast beef and Swiss on a sub roll with hot au jus for dipping.
And now you can get 2 for 6 francs.
We use dollars here.
Vive la différence.
Arby's, we have the meats.
Back at Brandon Valley leading the Governors 26-14. The bunch of young ladies, dancing school students, or for lack of a better term, probably 4 or 5 years old, performed at halftime. One little girl got a little awestruck, I think, by the crowd, and she went off and crying in the middle of the routine. So they'll have to work on that just a little bit. But pretty nice job by those young ladies from Brandon Valley, and the crowd appreciated it. Oh boy, 26-14, Governors with too many turnovers. They have 11, Brandon Valley with only 2. And Brandon Valley really has not made Pierre pay like some of the other teams in recent games for the Governors by turning the ball over and putting it into the basket for points. But unless the Governors can rectify things here at halftime, it could happen. Well, we have a halftime score from Pierre in the girls' game, and at halftime it is Brandon Valley leading the Pierre Lady Governors by a 32-23 score. So Brandon Valley rated, I believe, second in the girls' poll, and the boys are rated second as well, or the boys are third, both with leads over Pierre at halftime. 23 to, what was the score at halftime? It was in the girls' game, Brandon Valley 32, Pierre 23. Here, it's Brandon Valley 26 and the Governors 14. This has been the Leighton Associates Ameriprise Financial Halftime Show, and it's been brought to you by Leighton Associates Ameriprise Financial. We're back with the second half in 2 minutes. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
Hey, new guy. Shovel, right?
Yeah, right. And I'm not exactly new. I've seen some action.
Yeah, what's your story?
Hey, my last gig, I nearly got electrocuted, almost drowned. That guy never called 811 to see if it was safe to dig.
Our guy calls every time he digs.
It's quick and easy. Any tool can do it. Calling 811 gets your underground utility lines marked for free.
Hey, safe digging is no accident. Always call 811 before you dig.
This message brought to you by Montana Dakota Utilities, in the community to serve.
If you receive some bling for Christmas and are planning a wedding, let the Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center in Pierre make all of your dreams come true. From the shower to the rehearsal dinner to the reception, let the Ramkota add their special touch. From intimate receptions of 25 in the Ramkota's unique courtyard to a grand event for 500 in the River Center Ballroom, the Ramkota can do it all. Plus, your guests can stay at the Ramkota. Call today as dates are filling fast. The Ramkota Hotel and Conference Center in Pierre, 224-6877.
My name is Tara Fisher, and I'm an attorney at the May Adam Law Firm in Pierre. I grew up on a ranch in Montana, which taught me the value of hard work and perseverance. I put forward those values for my clients each and every day. Whether you have questions about family law, you want an estate plan, you need legal advice for a business transaction, or you need help in a criminal matter, I'm here. The May Adam Law Firm has served South Dakotans statewide since 1881. Call us at 224-8803 or visit our website, mayadam.net.
Some banks proudly offer mortgage approvals in less than 8 minutes. 8 minutes for one of the largest purchases of your life. Doesn't leave much time for questions, does it? Think about it. Who really benefits from a speedy mortgage process? You or the lender? At First Dakota, we can't promise you an 8-minute mortgage, but we will promise you a thoughtful and transparent home buying experience. Home loans from First Dakota National Bank. Take all the time you need. Visit firstdakota.com. First Dakota is an equal opportunity lender.
Have you seen all the changes at Lynn's Dakota Mart in Pierre? Yeah, they've done a lot. The entire store is remodeled. Every department from grocery to sporting goods is fresh and updated and stocked with the best quality at great value. They even have a Caribou coffee station. This week, they're featuring fresh Dole bananas, just 49 cents a pound. Lynn's Dakota Mart, your hometown neighborhood market.
Pierre with the basketball to start the second half. Alec Miller with the basketball at midcourt for the Governors. And gets the ball up on top to Zabel. Zabel to Coverdale at midcourt. Andrew with the basketball, dribbles to his left, stops, looks, gets the ball into Maher. Maher right side to Stout. Stout back up on top to Maher, left wing Coverdale for three. That rims off, no good. That was a good looking three by Andrew, but it just would not drop. Brandon Valley has the rebound. On the left side, Carter Altoff. Left side on the wing to Talcott. Up to Hilton. Hilton, and there's Coverdale getting in there and getting the ball away. Coverdale has really been part of all three of the Brandon Valley turnovers in our ball game, as he's gotten his hands on the basketball and away from the Brandon Valley guy. Stout on the left side, rims it in and out, no good. Zabel grabs the rebound. Gets the ball out to Maher. He'll put up a 14-footer. That's short. And the rebound is pulled down. Zabel with a nice offensive rebound that time, but to no avail. Left wing Hilton now getting the ball inside. And there's Siegfried. And there's Stout getting a hand on that pass intended for Talcott. Out of bounds, and it will still belong to Brandon Valley. 6:46 left to go here in the third quarter. 26-14. Brandon Valley by a dozen. Hilton on the left wing. Puts the ball on the floor. Dribbles, gets the ball up on top. Altoff for a three, and it's good. Carter Altoff has 15 points in the ball game now. With that three, and it's 29-14, and the Governors turn it over. Number 12. Midcourt now, Talcott over on the right side to Hilton. Hilton will dribble and a whistle, and we've got a foul on the Governors away from the basketball. And this one was called on whom? It was called on Gray Zabel, so that'll be Zabel's second personal foul. Here's the inbounds pass out to midcourt to Oltoff. Oltoff, midcourt, uses his dribble up. Good defense by the Governors. Now to Hilton. Hilton at the center circle. Coverdale's got his hands full with Hilton. And there he goes by a defender. Open seam. Zabel did not pick it up, and Hilton goes to the basket and puts it up and in. And Brandon Valley is up 31-14 on the Governors. A 17-point lead. Trying to get the ball into Miller. There's a foul on Brandon Valley. And Brandon Valley. Foul called on Hilton. And that'll be Hilton's first. First team foul. Here's the inbounds pass. Up on top. Stout, and now a foul away from the ball on Pierre on an illegal pick. So the Governors with the mistake and the turnover on that foul. And that was on Chase Satgast, his first. On the left wing now, Olthoff for Brandon Valley. Bounce pass down to the corner, Talcott. Talcott looking, getting it back to Olthoff inside, and he'll score. Olthoff with 17 points now, and Brandon Valley extends their lead to 19 at 33-14. On the right wing now, Satgast, Stout, right corner to Coverdale. Coverdale to Miller, into a double team, and got it back to Stout, and Stout goes up and misses the shot underneath. And Brandon Valley rebounds, and then Brandon Valley trying to get the ball up the court. Knocked out of bounds by Pierre. It will still belong to the Lynx. Bennett Dean coming back into the ball game for the Governors. Saw limited action in the first half, first quarter especially. Also in now for Brandon Valley is Jackson Labrie. There's the inbounds pass. Oh, and there's Coverdale. And he gets to it, and then Hilton, and he got it for a turnover. Stout grabs it over to Satgast, and Satgast hits a 15-footer on the right baseline. 4 points for Satgast off of the turnover, and it's 33-16. Bounce pass right to Gray Zabel. Another turnover, number 5 in the ball game for the Lynx. They get the ball to Satgast, right side of the key, 13-footer short. Rebound pulled down by Brandon Valley. And it's to the other end. Hilton, and there's Coverdale with the foul. And Hilton did not appreciate Coverdale and had a kind of a gnarly look at him as he was driving. And Coverdale's sticking right with him. 33-16. There's a quick inbounds pass, and they got it to Labrie. And Labrie will bank it home. 35-16, Brandon Valley by 19. Coverdale driving left side. His shot partially deflected on the way up. Lynx with the rebound. Right side, Talcott for 3. And all of a sudden, the rout is on. Talcott with his 10th point of the ball game. It's 38-16 now, a 22-point Brandon Valley lead. Pierre played Brandon Valley fairly well in the first half. There's Coverdale missing a 3 from out on top, and Brandon Valley with the rebound. 3:37 left to go, and they just zip it up the court, and Labrie with a easy layup past Chase Satgast. And it's 40-16 now, Brandon Valley, and a timeout taken by Governor head coach Terry Becker. It's a Coca-Cola timeout, 3:25 to go here in the third quarter. And we will pause for 30 seconds and come back. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
This Governor Sports Moment is brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre. Sydney Palmer is arguably the best girls basketball player ever to put on the Lady Gov uniform. Palmer graduated in 2015 as the career points leader with 1321, single season scoring leader with 486. Her 111 three-point baskets is a Lady Gov record, and 44 is the single season record. She's also third in career rebounding with 481. Sydney Palmer of the Pierre Lady Governor basketball team, truly one of Pierre's finest. This Governor Sports Moment has been brought to you by Fisher Rounds and Associates of Pierre.
Garrett Stout will inbound to Coverdale, right side to Dean, into Zabel, and Zabel will put it up too strong. And the rebound on the backside pulled down by Brandon Valley. So the Lynx have the ball, and there is Satgast getting it away from Olthoff. And Satgast will go for the layup, and he misses it as Olthoff got enough of a pressure on him to force him to put it up short. And now Stout has the basketball and a steal and a timeout as Stout was on the floor. So the Governors will use another timeout as they hustle on the defensive side and force a turnover. But they miss on the offensive end trying to put points on the board. It's another 30-second Coca-Cola timeout. We're back in 30. This is Governor Basketball.
Hi, I am Slade Weller and I am Pitts Corporation's local branch manager. Pitts Corporation is a commercial architecture, construction management, and construction company serving South Dakota for over 65 years. I am a local peer and have over 20 years of construction experience. With architects, estimators, project managers, superintendents, and a quality group of trade professionals on staff, Pitts Corporation is ideally set up to assist you with your future building needs. Please call 223-2440 or stop by our office on Airport Road to set up your initial free consultation.
40-16, Brandon Valley with a 24-point lead over the Pierre Governors, and it's not because the Governors are lacking of effort. I'll tell you that. They are trying hard. They're just not getting any breaks right now and not getting anything to fall in the hoop, and Brandon Valley has turned in some easy baskets the other end. Now, Pierre has only turned the ball over one time here in this third quarter. And Brandon Valley has turned the ball over, let's see, three times. Stand corrected on that. But Brandon Valley has got a sizable lead, and they're a good basketball team, showing why they're 10-3. Left wing is Dean in the corner. Coverdale, he spots up and misses the three, and the rebound is pulled down by Brandon Valley. Here is Labrie driving, stopping out at the left elbow, and he'll get the ball back up on top now to Colbeck. Governor's trying to put some pressure on defensively like Brandon Valley is. And that's something we really have not seen in recent ball games as well. So the defensive intensity, they got the ball away there, but Olthoff repeats, and then it's turnover time as Stout grabs it. He'll drive with a left-hand layup and put it home for his first points of the ball game. The Governors finally get a turnover with basket, and it's 40-18. Inside, though, driving and with a spin move to the left is Ethan Rasmussen for his first points of the ball game. And the Lynx quickly down the court and have a 42-18 lead. Here's Stout, here's Satgas, 16-footer. That one hangs on the rim, and then it will not drop. Brandon Valley gets the rebound, and on the break, they will turn it over right through the legs of Alex Tietjen, who could not find the handle. So another turnover for the Lynx now in this second half, as they're getting a little careless at times. Here's Dean with the basketball. They only had 2 at halftime, and they're up to 8 in the ball game now. Here's Stout driving on the right side, and we've got a whistle on the drive. Jocko Johnston, longtime veteran official from Mitchell, with the call, and it's on Brandon Valley. And the foul on Rasmussen, his first. Here comes Grant Judson back into the ball game for Pierre, and Stout will come out. Maher back in for the Governors. Zabel is out. Paul Adam is in. And there's the inbounds pass out to Adam, now to Judson. He'll launch a three and put it home. Attaboy, Grant Judson with the three. And that makes it 42-21. And Judson is a good three-point shooter if he can get time. But if you got somebody in his face, he's probably not going to curl up and put it in. There's another turnover. Adam gets the basketball back as Brandon Valley's getting a little careless. And there's Coverdale missing that one, but the rebound was kept alive, and Satgast will get it. Just the second third quarter rebound for Pierre. Judson back to Satgast, Coverdale. 30 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. Judson in the corner, wide open for a three, and that one was a little bit short. Rebound pulled down by the Lynx. And they will slow it down a bit as Colbeck, with 17 seconds left to go, will run out the third quarter. Colbeck to Jackson Hilton now. Hilton at the center circle. Coverdale on him. 7 seconds left to go. Hilton midcourt, penetrates, dishes, loses the basketball, and we're going to have a foul called on Adam, as he will foul Ethan Rasmussen going after that loose basketball. Governor's showing plenty of hustle on the court, but unfortunately they are down by 21 at 42-21 with 1 second left to go in the third. Here's the inbounds pass, and Labrie will get a three up that is off the mark, no good, and that's the end of our third quarter of play here in Brandon Valley. And on the Gales Gas scoreboard, Our score reads Brandon Valley 42, the Governors 21. Back with the fourth quarter in 1 minute. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
Beck Motor Company is having a community blood drive this Monday and Tuesday, February 4th and 5th. Thank you to those who have signed up, but we need more of you. There is a huge need for blood donations in the winter. Please consider giving if you can. Register for a time slot that works for you at bloodhero.com or call Beck Motors at 224-5912. Thanks for your support for this much-needed project. Beck Motor Company, Pierre.
Your cancer care should be as unique as you are. At Avera Breast Center, our team of experts create a treatment plan that will work best for your type of cancer, using the latest screening, radiation, and surgical techniques. You also have access to holistic approaches to help with side effects, and a 24/7 call center for answers to your cancer questions when you need them. Learn more at avera.org/breast or by calling 855-697-2592.
Brandon Valley with the basketball to start the fourth quarter. Nate Keegan dribbling at midcourt, gets it to Hilton. Hilton on the right wing, stops, gets a bounce pass to Siegfried over on the left side. Open look for Olthoff, and it will not go. Rebound, battle for. Hilton grabs it, puts it up and in. Jackson Hilton with the bucket off of the miss and the rebound. And it's 44-21. Here's Adam on the other end, right side on the wing. Maher. They give it to Sagast in the paint, and he'll miss a 14-footer. Rebound, Brandon Valley. It's been one shot, and that's it for the Governors. Talcott over to Olthoff, left wing now to Keegan. Keegan, bounce pass, and Siegfried, and a foul on Maher. Trying to reach around from behind, got him on the wrist. So that'll be the third personal on Maher. 7:06 left to go here in the third quarter. 44-21, Brandon Valley with a 23-point lead over Pierre. And inbounding baseline on the left side of the key, it'll be Evan Talcott. Talcott, and we'll get the ball in, and Adam almost got it away, but it was retained by Colbeck. Now it goes to Siegfried, out to Talcott for a three, and it's good. Evan Talcott with the three, 13 on the night, and it's 47-21 Brandon Valley. On the right wing, here's Adam on the right corner, back up on top to Judson. Judson, and he overshoots Jack Maher, and he'll come out of the ball game. Nope, Garrett Stout's coming in, and Chase Sagast is coming out. Just the second half turnover on the Governors. They've really cut down on those. They still have 13 in the ball game. However, Talcott, left wing now to Colbeck. Colbeck now to Siegfried. Siegfried, Hilton, he will try to get a pass out, and Stout intercepts that, and then Stout will throw it away. Trade the turnovers, and the Governors have back on defense. Zabel will come in. Pierre trying to get into a transition game and not handling the ball very well. Crossing the timeline now. Midcourt with the basketball, Talcott for Brandon Valley to Hilton. Hilton at the left elbow will reverse and dribble it back out. Now he'll drive, and there was Zabel to get a piece of that one. And the Governors have their third rebound of the second half. And then we're going to have an offensive foul called on Jack Maher as he runs into Nate Keegan, who got himself set up and established. So Maher will pick up his fourth personal foul. And Brandon Valley has the basketball back. Talcott at midcourt, over to Keegan on the left wing. Keegan looking, now goes to Hilton on the right wing to Colbeck. Colbeck cross-court pass, left side, and Keegan gets it to Hilton, 16-footer, short, and Siegfried over the back will be called for the foul. First personal on Cole Siegfried. as the Governors got good inside position on him. Zabel. Siegfried tries to reach over and cannot. Gets called for the foul. 47-21, Brandon Valley by 26. 5:22 left to go, fourth quarter. It's been another struggle for the Governors offensively, and we've seen that a lot here in the last 3-4 games. And they're going to struggle to get to 30 in this one, let alone get it to 40. Here's Stout missing a shot, no good. Rebound pulled down by Brandon Valley. Down low, right side, Hilton. Hilton on the wing. He'll stop, he'll pop, and miss the three. Rebound, Siegfried, no. Zabel grabs it. And the rebound into the hands of Miller. Here's Stout between two defenders. Nice move to the basket by Garrett Stout on the right side. Puts it up and in. 47-23. 24-point advantage for Brandon Valley. 4:30 left to go, fourth quarter. On the left wing, they get the ball into Siegfried, and Zabel knocks that one out and jammed a finger or two, apparently. It's shaking the hand, but he'll stay in there. As Colbeck will inbound on the baseline. Left of the key, gets it into Tolcott. Tolcott mishandled the pass, and then he falls down, and the Governors get the basketball off of the turnover. Miller with the basketball left wing. Stops, looks, gets the ball out to Stout. Stout now to Zabel, back to Stout. Stout into Zabel, and we'll have a whistle and a foul called on Brandon Valley in the paint. Brandon Valley leading the Lady Governors 40-35 at the end of three quarters. In Pierre, a tight ball game there. That last foul was on Cole Siegfried, his second. Here's Stout for a three. Good on the left wing. Garrett Stout starting to warm up a bit. And it's now 47-26 with 3:50 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Midcourt center circle. Penetration, dishing it out to Colbeck on the left wing, and he hardly ripples the net as he drops the three down for his first points of the ball game. 50-26 now, a 24-point lead for Brandon Valley. Here is Adam, left elbow, right side. Stout for three, no good. Too strong up the rim, and the rebound pulled down by Brandon Valley, who's just out-rebounding Pierce something fierce. Now Talcott with a wide-open three, and he'll put that home, and a timeout will be taken by Brandon Valley, but it's just to get some new players into the ball game. 3:13 left to go. As Talcott hits that three, first time out taken by Brent Deckert. 53-26. Bennett Dean back in for Pierre. James Mikkonen in for the Governors. Young sophomore. Up on top is Maher, top of the key over to Stout, down to Adam. And Adam put it up too strong, but he got his own rebound, puts it back up and in, and he gets fouled. So Paul Adam with a putback off of an initial miss and has a chance in an old-fashioned three-point play here. That last foul called on number 12, Caden Johnson, who just checked into the ball game for Brandon Valley. And Adam will miss the free throw, and Brandon Valley will get the rebound. 53-28 with 2:46 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Left wing with the basketball is Johnson now. Johnson penetrating, driving on the left baseline, stopping, getting the ball inside, and it was knocked away, but the Lynx retrieve and get the ball out. That's Alex Tietjen. Over onto the left wing now, Jackson Labrie into the ball game. Labrie, he'll shoot and miss a three. And Grant Judson on the backside with the rebound. Now it goes to Dean. Dean, top of the key, stops, gets the ball to Adam inside, and an easy two for Paul Adam. 4 points for Adam off the bench, 53-30, 23-point Brandon Valley lead, and we're at the 2-minute mark of our fourth quarter. Coming up on our McDonald's postgame show, we'll be visiting with head coach Terry Becker and talk to him about the ball game. And really, the Governors have played maybe one of their better games here. I know They're down 23. It's hard to say, but, you know, just effort-wise and how they're handling things much better than what it has been over the course of the last 2 or 3 ball games. Chase Sadgas comes in, Jack Maher comes out, and they knew they were going to be in a battle against third-rated Brandon Valley. And for the most part, in the first half, they played fairly well against Brandon Valley. There's a shot inside that's no good, and the rebound is pulled down by the Governors. On the other end, Mikkonen now back out on top to Dean. He had ideas of a 3, turns it down, gets the ball back into Mikkonen, turns to his right, gets fouled by Teachin. As Teachin will pick up his second personal foul, and Mikkonen will be at the free throw line to shoot a couple, and these will be just the 4th and 5th free throws of the ball game for the Governors. They've not gotten many, and they missed that one. Mikkonen has one more coming. It's up, and it is good. 53-31. Now substitution coming in, Hunter Marceau into the ball game, and also coming into the game is Cole Saliason. And I believe everybody on the Lynx bench is now going to see some action. Minute 20 left to go here in the fourth quarter, 53-31. And with the basketball, Aiden Lloyd over to the left wing now. Nothing doing for Johnson, double teamed. Hands the ball off to Lloyd up on top, back over to Johnson on the left wing. 1 minute left to go. Shut off on the baseline. They get the ball back up and almost stepped out of bounds there. Saliason into the lane. Lloyd, and he'll get a free throw as he gets fouled in a shot. Would not drop, but he gets fouled. And it's on Paul Adam. You're listening to Governor Basketball on your official home for Pierre Governor and Lady Governor sports, the stations of the Dakota Radio Group. We're River 92.7, KGFX FM Pierre. We're also on the web at drgnews.com and our video webcast on the Dakota Radio Group's YouTube channel. Second free throw, no good. Adam pulls the rebound down for the Governors. 43 seconds left to go, 54-31, 23-point lead. They go down low to Mikkonen underneath, and ball knocked out of bounds. Lloyd trying to do a little officiating, trying to talk Jeremy Grady into something that Jeremy says, no, I was right here. I saw it. Here's Dean inbounding over to Mikkonen on the wing, up on top now to Satgas, right corner Dean, long 3, short, no good. Judson trying to come out of nowhere to pull the rebound down and fails, and the ball goes out of bounds, and it belongs to Brandon Valley. So 29 seconds left to go in this one. Brandon Valley will improve to 11-3. The Governors will fall to 4-9 and lose their 4th straight. And it won't get any easier Tuesday night when they travel to Huron to take on the Tigers, or Friday night when Sioux Falls Roosevelt comes into Pierre. So they're just going to dribble it out as the final 5 seconds will tick off the clock. The Governors will allow them, and this game is in the books. The final score on the Gales Gas scoreboard from Brandon Valley 54, the Pierre Governors 31. And we're back with the McDonald's post-game show in 2 minutes. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
Hey, DQ fans, looking for a meal deal that's as yummy to your wallet as it is to your tummy? The DQ Chicken Strip Basket is loaded with 4 strips of 100% all-white meat chicken tenderloin, crispy fries, Texas toast, and peppery country gravy for just $4.99. Sure, all those things are good on their own, but you put them together and you've got yourself a hunger-crushing basket full of DQ magic. Satisfy your craving for all this goodness with a DQ Chicken Strip Basket, just $4.99 only at your DQ.
Chances are you're overlooking a big energy thief in your home or commercial building. The Garage Doors. But Overhead Door Company of Pierre can help stop that energy waste with a full range of insulated, weather-tight garage doors. Their residential garage doors give you insulated performance at an uninsulated price. And their Thermocore insulated steel doors give commercial buildings the energy efficiency they demand today. Find out more. Call Overhead Door Company of Pierre at 1-800-649-9905 and put a stop to the garage door energy thief.
Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota in Pierre is going to match the tax. For the month of February, Gateway is going to match your tax return down payment up to $2,000 on your next purchase. You put $500 down, matched. You put $1,000 down, matched. You put $2,000 down, matched. You want to see how low your payment can go? Get in today to Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota at 518 East Sioux Avenue in Pierre. Call 605-224-7378 and visit gatewayflt.com. Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota, where nobody, and I mean nobody, beats a Gateway deal. Some restrictions apply. See dealer for details.
Experience the difference with Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center in Pierre. Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center is proud of their 5-star overall rating according to Medicare.org, the official regulatory body for nursing homes. Along with their 5-star care center, they provide short-term targeted rehabilitation services and skilled nursing care after illness or surgery. Our goal is to restore strength and confidence to get you to return to living the life you desire. Call 224-8628. Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center, your pathway to independence.
Well, the Brandon Valley Lynx are a very strong basketball team, and they have aspirations of state tournament and state tournament title hopes, and they may very well get that if they can play like they did today the rest of the way, as Brandon Valley defeats the Governors 54-31. It's time for the McDonald's postgame show, and it's brought to you by McDonald's of Pierre. And we'll listen to this, and then we're back with the postgame.
McDonald's in Pierre is hiring. This is Stacy Lee, the general manager of the Pierre McDonald's. We are offering flexible scheduling, advancement opportunities, along with great wages. McDonald's in Pierre wants you. McDonald's in Pierre is looking to add more talent starting at $10 an hour. Plus, McDonald's Archways to Opportunity provides eligible employees online program to get your high school diploma for free. Tuition assistance up to $3,000 a year and scholarships. Apply online at mcdonalds.com/careers or stop in at McDonald's in Pierre.
Well, Pierre played Brandon Valley tough, really, in the first half, and actually the whole ball game. I mean, Pierre really doesn't have anything to feel too bad about effort-wise, as they gave Brandon Valley a lot to think about. But Brandon Valley just executed in the second quarter, outscoring the Governors 13-4, and then a 16-7 third quarter. Those scoring droughts, the Governors only putting 10 points on the board in 16 minutes. Just hard to win basketball games at the AA level when you can't do that. Here's the scoring in our ball game for Brandon Valley. They were led by Carter Olthoff with 17 points. Evan Talcott finished with 16. Then it was 9 for Jackson Hilton. 4 points for Jackson Labrie. 3 points for Joel Colbeck, and 2 points apiece for Ethan Rasmussen and Cole Siegfried, and 1 point for Aiden Lloyd. So 17 for Olthoff and 16 for Talcott, the double-figure scores for Brandon Valley. The Governors did not have a double-figure scorer. They were led by Gray Zabel with 8 points, and all of those came in the first half. Garrett Stout had 7 points, and all 7 of those came in the second half. Then it was 4 points apiece for Chase Satgas, 4 for Paul Adam, 2 for Jack Maher, 2 for Grant Judson, and actually I think that might have been a 3 for Judson. We'll have to double check on that. And then 1 point for James Mikkonen on a free throw late in the ball game. The Governors were 14 of 44 from the field, while Brandon Valley was 23 of 44. The Governors unofficially 2 3-pointers to 6 for Brandon Valley. Brandon Valley had the rebounding advantage, 15 in the second half, 30 in the ball game. 9 for the Governors in the second half, and 20. So the Governors get out rebounded by about 10 boards in the ball game. Turnover-wise, Pierre had 11 in the first half, and Brandon Valley only had 2. But on the ball game, the Governors, after those 11 first-half turnovers, only had 3 in the second half, and they finished with 14 in the ball game. So that, is an improving number. But for Brandon Valley, they had 2 turnovers at halftime, and they finished with 5, 10, 11 on the ball game. So they turned it over more in the second half, and a lot of that was, they had the sizable lead, and they got a little careless in some of the things they did. It was 13-10 at the end of the first quarter for the Governors. It was 26-14 at the half. It was 42-21 Brandon Valley after 3, and 54-31 the final. Brandon Valley with the 23-point win over the Pierre Governors. Let's pause for 2 minutes and come back. Hopefully Coach Becker will come on up and visit with us as the McDonald's postgame show continues. You're listening to Governor Basketball.
Top of the morning, TNA. This is John. May I help you?
At TMA, top-notch service begins the moment you call for an appointment. John at TMA believes in customer service and quality work. When you need tires repaired or replaced,
Brandon
TMA
Valley
is the place to go. Just remember, if it's round, rubber, and
3:12
rolls,
left.
it's at TMA. You can count on
It was
TMA
5
for all
points
of your
going into the
automotive
fourth
needs,
quarter.
from tires
It
to
was
mufflers
40-35,
to all
yeah.
automotive repairs. Call TMA at 224-6167, and your service begins with...
Top of the morning, TNA. This is John. May I help you?
This is Jameson from Oahe Federal Credit Union. Feeding South Dakota relies on people like you every day. People to take the time to think of those who may not know where their next meal will come from. This is why Oahe Federal Credit Union will be hosting a food drive that will benefit our local Feeding South Dakota food bank here in Pierre. Please drop off donated items at 221 East Pleasant Drive, Monday through Friday between 9 a.m. and 5 p.m. Food drive will end February 28th, 2019.
Why choose Edgewood Senior Living?
We chose Edgewood. It's a beautiful facility. My parents are taken care of very well. The staff is amazing. Their apartments are clean for them. They have their laundry done. They are a liaison between the doctor's office and their physicians. Who wouldn't choose Edgewood?
Call 494-3400 for a tour and to learn more. Edgewood Senior Living. This is home.
If your checking account earns little or no interest and charges you ATM fees galore, isn't it time for a new checking account? At Bank West, E-Plus checking customers earn a great interest rate and never pay ATM fees. Can your current checking account do that? Switching to E-Plus is easy. Visit us online at bankwest-sd.bank or work with a friendly staff at one of our convenient locations. Bank West. Convenient, connected, committed. Member FDIC.
Welcome back to the McDonald's post-game show. The Governors on the short end of a 54-31 setback. We're still waiting for Coach Becker to make his way up here to visit with us. And while we wait for him, it's time for the Hermanson Endonautic's big play of the game. And our big play of the game is brought to you by Hermanson Endonautic's. Let's listen to this from Hermanson Endonautic's, and then we've got the big play of the game.
Dr. Brian Hermanson is proud to return home and serve Central South Dakota with specialty root canal treatment. Hermanson Endodontics aims to provide root canal treatment that's not only comfortable but has a quality first emphasis. They believe that by preserving as much healthy tooth as possible, they can help you retain your natural teeth longer. This is accomplished with state-of-the-art three-dimensional imaging and the dental operating microscope to guide diagnosis and treatment. Ask your dentist if a root canal specialist is right for you. Hermanson Endodontics, 1709 North Lincoln Avenue in Pierre.
And our Hermanson Endodontics big play of the game will occurred early in the second quarter. It was 13-10. Pierre trailing by 3 at the end of the quarter break, and they were very much in the ball game. And then Brandon Valley put 8 unanswered points on the board, and it was all from Carter Altoff. He had 4 field goals, and it went from 13-10 to 21-10. And it was the Governors down by double digits, and they never could fight their way back. So that second quarter sequence is our Hermanson Endonautic's big play of the game. Well, Coach Becker has made his way up here, and Coach, in some respects, you improved tonight. It doesn't look like it on the scoreboard. It's you couldn't put the ball in the hoop in the second and third quarters again.
Right, I agree. I think in a lot of ways, I think we did a lot of things a lot better. Told the kids, after Thursday night, it was really disappointing. I think everybody just had a bad feeling walking out of the gym on Thursday night, but the kids came and practiced hard yesterday. and I thought our effort was good today. I actually thought we defended very well today. I thought we challenged them on most of their possessions. A few of them they got away from us, but, part of that was, again, when you make some mistakes on offense, then it turns into pressure on your defense to be perfect sometimes, and that's an impossible task at times. And again, like I said, I thought we played well enough defensively, and I thought we had some decent shots offensively. Sometimes our offense was a little bit stagnant, but I don't think we turned it over quite as much. I thought we were a little bit more careful with the ball, so it went in the right direction at least today. You don't try to score up moral victories too often, but at the very least, after Thursday and kind of the debacle that happened out there on Thursday night, we didn't feel good about really anything that happened. At least we bounced back with good effort, and I told the kids if we can just keep giving a good effort every day in practice and throughout the next few weeks, then we're going to see positive things come our way. There's still a lot of season left.
Gray Zabel had a good first half where he got some good shots in the paint, but whether they adjusted or whatever on him in the second half, he disappeared, and there was no inside scoring then anymore for you.
Well, I think part of it we just forgot to go to him. I thought that there were a few times that we just didn't even look at him, and we got caught up into trying to do some other things, and we kind of took him away from our offensive possessions all by ourselves. So again, establishing consistency on that offensive end. If we get a guy going, we want to make sure that we're still feeding him the ball, knowing that they're going to adjust and try to make it harder for him, but then also being able to continue to attack those spots where we feel like we have an advantage. And I thought, again, he had a good game for us. I thought we were just inconsistent about finding him all the time.
And Garrett Stout finally got on track in the second half,
Right.
I thought he may be trying to do too much at points in the ball game, but then in the second half, he kind of came around and
he's given everything he's got right now. You can't. His effort has been 100%. He's trying to help us grind through it. You got to respect the kid for that. Everybody else is going to follow that lead. Like I said, I'm optimistic about us getting there. You've seen us play throughout the years long enough that we've had some ugly losses, and if we just keep with it, then a little bit of that governor pride will kick in, and these guys will keep investing, and we're going to see some good things come our way just yet.
And I wanted to mention Andrew Coverdale. He kind of looked lost Thursday night in the Washington game, and they were picking and getting the ball away from him. But, boy, he really kind of stood in there tonight. And in the second half, I think after the first 4 turnovers, he was responsible for all 4 of them.
Right. It kind of looked like he was going to do the same thing today after the first couple minutes. But then, we pulled him out, kind of got him refocused, and then I thought he did a great job of being aggressive and just continuing to play, and I thought he gave us a good effort throughout the rest of the game.
Well, it's not going to get any easier Tuesday night over at Huron, but, perhaps things will start to fall into place for us.
Well, it's a chance for us to see if we've improved. We had a tough effort against the Tigers a couple weeks ago at home, and now can we come back and challenge them a little bit more and maybe adjust to some things and become a little bit better. So, we're going to hang in there, and we're not going to cancel these games on our schedule. We're going to go and play them, and we're going to try to improve every night and just worry about getting ourselves better here.
Okay, Coach, thanks for coming up.
Okay, thanks.
Head coach Terry Becker of the Pierre Governors. It's time for our Cowboy Country Stores Player of the Game. The Player of the Game brought to you by Cowboy Country Stores of Pierre. Let's listen to this from Cowboy Country Stores, and then it's our Player of the Game.
There is a reason they call it Champs Chicken. It knocks out the competition hands down. Stop by Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre and pick up a 12-piece bucket of Champs Chicken for just $17.99. Cowboy Country Stores features pizza, appetizers, coffees, cappuccino, and lattes. Cowboy Country Stores on Harrison and in Fort Pierre serve breakfast starting at 5 a.m. Eggs, omelets, breakfast meats and toast, breakfast pizzas. Right now, sausage, ham, or bacon croissants are 2 for $5. Convenience with a capital C. Cowboy Country Stores in Pierre and Fort Pierre.
Well, our Cowboy Country Store's player of the game, we've got several players we could select from Pierre. I mean, as I mentioned, Andrew Coverdale, he kind of got in a little snarly mood, and so did Garrett Stout in that second half, and they started to make some things happen for the Governors. But for Brandon Valley, I thought Carter Olthoff kind of led the way. He had 12 points at halftime, and he had 17 in the ball game, including a big three in that third quarter. And that is our player of the game, Carter Olthoff of Brandon Valley. So being named our player of the game, we'll be making sure that Carter Olthoff receives a T-shirt noting his accomplishment of the game tonight. That's Carter Olthoff of the Brandon Valley Lynx, your Cowboy Country Store's player of the game. So the Lynx improved to 11-3 on the season. The Governors fall to 4-9. The Lady Governors fell tonight to Brandon Valley. A good ball game, though, 57-47 the final. Brandon Valley prevailing over Pierre in Pierre. And here it was Brandon Valley with a 54-31 win over the Governors. Tuesday night, the Governors will be traveling to Huron to take on the Huron Tigers at the Huron Arena. 7 o'clock is the tip-off. Our coverage will begin at 6:30 for Governor basketball on River 92.7. Jalen Boehm has been your technical director back at the station, and then the boss lady, Diane Dice, filled in for Jalen after a while. And Diane, you did a good job. I think we'll put you on the list of board ops for the rest of the year. And I'm Rod Fisher. Thanks so much for joining us. You've been listening to Pierre Governor Basketball. Governor Basketball has been brought to you by Bank West, by Wegner Auto, Arby's, Montana Dakota Utilities, and Ramcota Hotel, May Adam, First Dakota National Bank, Lynn's Dakota Mart, Fisher Rounds and Associates, Pitts Corporation, Beck Motors, Avera Medical Group, Dairy Queen, Overhead Door, Gateway Ford Lincoln Toyota, Pierre Care and Rehabilitation Center, TMA, Owyhee Federal Credit Union, and Edgewood Senior Living. And it's been brought to you in part by Brittany Scheffelbein Agency, LLC. And the South Dakota Department of the South Dakota Department of Transportation reminds you, as we bid you a good evening, is remember, snow means slow. Drive for the conditions. Our special in-game sponsors have also been a reason Governor Basketball comes your way here on River 92.7, and we thank them for their participation in our broadcast. To get our final, Brandon Valley 54, Pierre 31. I'm Rod Fisher. Have a good rest of your weekend.
BS is coming. The new, bigger, and better 4-day blizzard sale is coming to Wegner Auto in Pierre. Wednesday, February 20th through the 23rd. Don't miss your chance to be a part of the